the top of the net. Side out for Kim Kaaiai and her fluorescent green shoelaces. Outside, blocked up front. Toni Nishida kills it right through the block of number 10, Lael Perlstrom. Nishida making her presence felt early tonight, and Hawaii needs her coming off the bench.
Well, Nishida, I believe, is going to leave 2 for 2 as she goes out. She'll be replaced by Robbins. But what a job for Toni while she was in there. Got 2 chances, put them both down. Pretty good hitting percentage there, John.
Can't do any better than that if that's the case. Kind of rolls her eyes and said, this isn't that tough. Ray Robbins serving. Off that time, Boyer.
Lael Perlstrom, for a freshman, is showing a lot of poise. Of course, she's had a lot of international experience, and there she is hitting it cross court. Nice look from Lael.
All set up. Partially blocked by Hawaii, kept alive outside. Malin Fransson. Fransson just not hitting the ball with enough force to put it down over these blockers so far this evening. Trieschman that time is partially roofed. She backs it. Here's Fransson again. This time she hits it harder, and it goes back over to Hawaii. So Malin must have heard me, Bob.
No question about it. She got one through, but I'll tell you, once again, you can't believe how Cal Poly is scrambling, going after it. They're all over the court. Look at as they move to block the ball, Perlstrom moving hard as a middle blocker, and now there are Cal Poly Mustangs diving all over the place.
Anja Knutsen trying to make the save, but to her credit, that might have been the hardest ball Fransson has hit all evening. And there is Jamie Long with an ace serve. Now, well, we remember 2 years ago when Jamie came off the bench in 1987 for an ace serve against Stanford to help Hawaii wrap up their last national championship. 8-7 Hawaii leads. There's a good serve to Knutsen in the back. Set up front, ball pummeled. It lands out. Perlstrom thought it might have been tipped. She's saying, get it up a little higher. I couldn't make a play on that. Long makes it 9-7 Hawaii. Another tough serve, and Boyer puts it right down. It's 10-7. Jamie Long is doing a job. Mike Wilton. The Mustangs getting corralled. Wilton calls a timeout. Hawaii pulling ahead 10-7 in game 2. This is what happened in game 1. Cal Poly was tight. Hawaii started pulling away. Some unforced errors. This time it's been the big serves of Jamie Long that have really helped. And there, getting momentum back is Jennifer Jeffries. Side out to the Mustangs.
Once again, Jeffries, the freshman, coming up to put the ball down. Perlman goes back to serve. Go ahead.
Teee comes back in. Back row. She comes in for Laura Phillips. Want to say hi to all the folks watching us on Continental Cablevision, Channel 30 here in the Stockton area. All set outside. Goes cross court. Nice feel that time. Jennifer Jeffries is putting it in a big hole.
Well, Jennifer, when you get a good set to work with, it makes it a lot easier. And Kaaiai on a great set that time, right up there. She's got 1,580 plus assists this year.
Kaaiai goes outside to Hansen. Hansen with a big kill, but there's a block. Outside again to Hansen. This time, she goes outside of the pole. It's side out to Hawaii. Ball went outside the antenna, even though it looked like it might have landed in. Fransson with the serve. Kaaiai outside. They go Hansen again. They go to the well too many times. Hawaii's starting to get that outside block on Hansen. He's going to have to go back to some of that off-speed stuff, it appears, as she has been blocked 3 times out of the last 4.
The advantage of a tall setter. And Cheri Boyer at 6'1", goes up and roofs it.
11-8. This time Myers goes. Big kill off Mary Robbins. Cheri kind of tentative on that one, Bob. Wasn't sure if it was going to land in or out. Hits off her arm. She kind of grimaces. And it's side out for Cal Poly.
Jeffrey back to serve again. She's got 25 aces on the year. Tough server for the Mustangs.
Here's Teee off the block and way out. That one goes up to the cheap seats at Spano Center.
Teee Williams, one of the toughest hitters in the entire country, 560 kills on the year, and there's just yet another one. She's got 6.15 kills per game.
That leads America. Just ahead of Tara Cross, who we'll see after the Bob Wagner and Rainbow Countdown. Coming up between games of foot, we will have Rainbow Countdown, and you'll get to see all the WAC players for Hawaii. A little report on that, and also a scouting report on Air Force. And don't forget tomorrow night, 10:35 on KHNL, Air Force in Hawaii, the final game of the regular season. Boyer can't say that. He served. Joe Myers makes it 9-11. Toni Nishida comes back in, very effective in her last appearance. 9-11. Cal Poly trying to get into double figures for the first time tonight. Big serve that time. Ball set outside. Teee. She gets the kill. No, she doesn't. Tee's looking for the tip. The tip is not called. We'll see if we can catch it again. Teee goes up. What do you think, Bob?
I thought it was tipped right on top there. It looked like, in fact, Cal Poly kind of responded like they had touched the volleyball, but nothing called, and it's 11-10 on the scoreboard with Hawaii out in front by only 1 right now.
Dave Shoji calls timeout. Not pleased with the call, but it's timeout, and Cal Poly's at 10-11. Haleiwa strained poi has been Hawaii's favorite poi for over 43 years. People who've tried Haleiwa strained poi say it still has that great taste of the good old days. No wonder Mr. Endow and his company have lasted so long. For the best in quality and taste, buy a bag of Haleiwa strained poi, available in your favorite store. That's Haleiwa strained poi. Cal Poly trying to strain relations here with Hawaii at 10-11 in our second game. They've come back. It was 8-11. That last point contested by Hawaii to no avail. This time Teee puts it down on the floor. No blocker went up front. They decided to let Teee hit, and no blocker went up, and Teee puts it down.
Not only that, but the back row, Joe Myers, they're sticking right on that back line. Didn't really respond and suck up a little closer. They saw no block up in front, so they wanted to play it deep, and they couldn't respond to the volleyball.
Boyer with the serve. Hansen. Kaaiai goes outside. Knutsen roofed up front. Hansen kept alive by Boyer. Kaaiai tries to kill and gets it. Rare opportunity. Kim Kaaiai skies up there. And at 5'7", she doesn't get a chance to do that very often.
Only a handful of kills on the air, but she gets one right there in between Nishida and Teee.
Cal Poly trying to tie it up. Teee goes through the block. The block with Perlstrom and Anja Knutsen to no avail. Teee back to serve. 17 kills already. We're in game 2. She's averaging over 8 a game so far. Line drive, good serve, Knutsen. Kaaiai. Boyer can't make the play. Perlstrom laid that one down nicely.
Perlstrom, once again, she's playing very tough up in front. She's got 245 kills on the year. She gets a nice short set and goes inside the block. Nicely done. Boyer almost got a hand on it, but not enough.
Toni Nishida with that big vertical lead. Teee gets up there 30 inches. Toni Nishida gets up there just about as high. The second best leaper on this Hawaii team. She makes her kill and checks out so Mary Robbins can come back in to serve.
Well, Mary playing the back row rotation and Nishida going in to play the front row, and I think she's been very effective up in front in the short time she's been in there.
Robbins good serve in the front row. Up front, Perlstrom. Actually, that was Jeffries. She puts it down and it lands out. It's 12-10 Hawaii, so good hit by Jeffrey, just a little bit long.
This is crunch time right now as far as Cal Poly is concerned. They've got to put a stop. They've got to get a side out, get the volleyball back. If Hawaii goes out in front yet another point, it's going to be awfully tough for Cal Poly to get back into this game and then to get back in this match.
So Mary Robbins trying to clean it up for Hawaii. It's 12-10. Ball set up, roof. But to no avail as it falls down on Hawaii's side. Anja Knutsen with the kill. And she'll go back to serve. Knutsen, all Big West freshman team, all Big West freshman of the year, all Northwest region second team, and she has played in all 117 games this year for the Mustangs. A real workhorse, and it's paid off. She has a good future in front of her. There's Knutsen lifting it up. Joe Myers blocked up front. Myers sets it, other side, Jeffrey, roofed up front. Kaaiai goes across to Myers, off the block. Robbins, Boyer, short set, Trieschman. Mishandled that time by Jeffries. So the long rally, both these teams are solid. Hawaii is known for coming through in the long rallies. As my partner Chris McLaughlin loves to say, if it's a long rally, bet on Hawaii. Want to say hello to Chris? We know he's watching back in Honolulu this evening. Hawaii at 12-10. Jamie Long checks out. Maile Golden checks back in to the back row. Hawaii, Bob, in just about their best health this season. Of course, we have Toni Nishida with the ankle sprain, and Kerry Trieschman got a mild ankle sprain, but as you can see, they're both playing tonight. Good to be healthy at the end of the season. Big roof up front. There is Trieschman and the big block of Cheri Boyer.
Well, nothing wrong with Trieschman's ankle this time as she goes up along with Chris Boyer. Boyer getting the big hand on it that time, right back at Jeffries.
Line drive served by Golden. Roof up front, kept alive. Myers gets it back for Hawaii. Hawaii crowd making a lot of noise behind us. Spano Center starting to fill up. They can seat about 6,000 or so here. We expect about 4,000 tonight. And if Pacific wins, we expect a bigger crowd tomorrow night. Teee diving to save that serve. Kept alive by Trieschman, and Malin Fransson just hits it short. Error by Malin that time. Side out. Lael Perlstrom. 11-13 as Perlstrom gets the point. Big serve by Perlstrom. Boyer tries to dump. Michelle Hansen equal to the task. It's 12-13.
It's like Michelle Hansen had jumped into her mind that time and knew exactly what she was going to do. She just hangs on it. She looked for that ding shot. She was up in the air and she just put it right back down.
Big serve, but Trieschman gets it over. Cal Poly outside to Hansen. Ball lands outside. Side out to Hawaii. Hansen thought she had it in. Hawaii went up for the block. Hansen went over the block, but she went over the line, so it's 13-12. Hawaii looking for the magic 2 points. Step out move to Hansen. She gets it back for Cal Poly. And the Wahines are not able to wrap up game number 2 yet.
Hansen, a fierce competitor. That time she used the block, off the block and out of bounds. She came out with that step out move, as you mentioned there, John.
She's all Big West. As is Teee. Good dig in the back row and kept alive by Myers. Free ball. Let's see what Hawaii does. Boyer to Teee. Teee goes off the block. Who else are they going to go to? Teee. Mike Wilton talking. Checking things over with his assistant coaches on the side. Greg Cummings and Craig Choate. And Kerry Trieschman to serve for Hawaii. 13-12. Trieschman goes deep. Knutsen up front. Myers. Roof! Boyer and Robbins, the tandem on the roof. It's 14-12.
Chris Boyer having a big night, not only setting the volleyball, but also blocking the volleyball. It's done an excellent job for Hawaii here in these first 2 games.
14-12, the block by Robbins and Boyer. Tough play. Teee goes up, and a good play that time by Myers. Teee thought it might sneak over the net. When it didn't, she was vulnerable. And Myers right there made a good play to knock it over the top. So 12-14. There you see these teams defensively. Great defenses, 2 of the best defenses in the country. And we've got 2 more great defensive teams in Pacific and Long Beach coming up. Teee pops it over the top. Not a great set for Teee. Point to Cal Poly. It's 13-14.
Well, they caught Teee in the net there, John, and it made no difference, actually. She was kind of off stride when she went up for it. But Cal Poly creeping back into this thing.
Trying to send us into overtime, and there's a big mistake. Jill Myers. Let's see if it proves fatal here. Boy, if there's ever a time you want to serve it on the court, it's when it's 13-14.
Especially when you got 35 service aces on the year. That's the good news. The bad news is she's got 57 service errors. So.
And that was an ugly one at 13-14. I would suggest at that point just put it on the court. Hawaii serving for the game. Outside, partially blocked. Here come the Rainbows. Here's the chance. Boyer. Outside, Jamie Long. Kept alive by Dominic. From the back row, kept alive by Boyer. Long to Teee, way outside. Teee lands Long, trying to do it herself that time. They go to Teee, which is what you'd expect, and Teee can't do it. It's 13-14.
Teee got the big, high outside set away from the net. She had the kind of stutter step coming in, threw her off just a hair, and she just missed Tattoo in the back line.
13-14. Hansen does not try the jump serve. She makes sure she keeps it in. Boyer, tough play for Long. Free ball for Cal Poly. Let's see what they do. They go Knutsen. Roofed by Hawaii. Kaaiai goes back to Knutsen. Partially roofed. Here's Boyer now. Stabilizing with the set. Teee is roofed. Kept alive. Robbins pokes it over. Kaaiai. Knutsen off the block. Malin, Fransson. Back and forth we go. Jamie Long through the kill. Lands on the Hawaii side. It's 14-14. We're going to an overtime in game number 2.
Crowd loves it here, but I'll tell you what, that is vintage Cal Poly volleyball. They just kept the ball up. They kept moving it in. They kept blocking at the net, deflecting at the net. Hawaii was up to the challenge, but finally, Cal Poly with a big block at the net. It rolled across the tape cord and down on the Hawaii side.
Michelle Hansen back to serve. Let's see if she tries the jump serve now. She does not. Fransson to Boyer. Boyer sets it back to Teee. Teee. Not a lot on it. Chance for Cal Poly. Knutsen roofed. But great defense. Kaaiai. Possible lift, but not called. Outside, here's Jamie Long. She pounds one. Ball lands inside the line. Side out. Jamie Long says, yeah.
Jamie Long, very intense right now. She hit that one hard cross court. Just caught the other sideline. And Hawaii now with the side out.
She's quite a spark plug for the Rainbow Wahines. Teee to serve. Knutsen off the block. Teee with a great dig. Tough play. Jamie Long tips it over the top, but there's Cal Poly. Long tips it over. Probably should have pushed that one back to a teammate. But Hawaii with a free ball. Here's Boyer. Settles it down. Jamie Long off the kill. Hansen a great dig. Knutsen pops it up. Perlstrom. Pancake dig kept alive. Jamie Long keeps it alive. They call no. They call no. Jamie Long thought she had a pancake dig on that. But the referee says no. Max Hennet Kernigan.
It was Long or Trieschman. Let's see. Now we'll take a look at it. It's Trieschman diving. She thought she got underneath. It's hard to tell from this angle. It's very close, and Max Kernigan said no way. Caught the hardwood.
I didn't see any kind of surprise look by Karrie Trieschman. A great dive by Karrie. Max Kernigan waited a second to blow his whistle. And he really did not give an early indication. It's moot, though. It's side out. Kim Kaaiai to serve. Knotted at 14. Up front, Mary Robbins partially blocked. Cal Poly trying to take advantage. Teee is still in the back. Malin, Fransson in the back. Knutsen over the top. Hawaii trying to get up on the block. Knutsen with a smart play, and the Mustang Rooters love it.
Two freshmen, Knutsen and Perlstrom, really doing a job here for Cal Poly. They're not playing like freshmen, I'll tell you that much right now. They made that play for Cal Poly.
15-14, Kim Kaaiai trying to wrap up game 2 for Cal Poly. Boyer goes outside. Fransson gets the side out. Net violation called anyway against Cal Poly. So when the going gets tough, Malin Fransson trying to show that she gets going. We have not seen her tested in tournament play. Normally quiet, never know from the look on her face.
Her 6th kill tonight, there was no question on that one, John.
Outside, roof that time, Malin Fransson and Karrie Trieschman. 15 apiece, watch it again.
You know, the tough competitors, they come to the top when the time calls for it. And here's Fransson on 2 big plays, back-to-back.
Mary Robbins serving Hawaii, tied at 15. Off the block that time, Lael Perlstrom gets it back. Coming back in, Jill Myers. She checks in. Good substitution now as Dominic comes out of the back row. Myers comes into the front row. I say that keeping in mind that Myers does tend to make some unforced errors. She made some brilliant plays in Hawaii. She made some not so brilliant plays. And there's a mistake. It's Trieschman. Pushes it out. Tried to tip it off a blocker. It doesn't go off a blocker. It's 16-15, and now Knutsen is serving again for the second game, trying to knot things up at 1-1. Mary Robbins up front. Trieschman over the top. Good pancake kept alive. Robbins. Boyer outside to Fransson. Off the block. Outside. Side out Wahines. Nail-biting time, and we're only in game 2.
Good volleyball right now. Great dig by Cal Poly to keep that one alive. But Hawaii wanted it bad enough. They got it.
15-16. Hawaii tries to tie it up. Outside to Myers. Good dig that time in the back. Jamie Long. Trieschman hits it over, but she smacks the net with her hand. And that's to no avail, and it'll go back over to Cal Poly. Error by Hawaii. Cal Poly can win game 2 on this serve.
Karrie Trieschman just got a little anxious that time. She saw something. She saw an opening. She wanted to do too many things at one time. Caught the net. Side out to Cal Poly.
What's helping Cal Poly right now is that Teee has been stuck in the back row for Hawaii. Not that the front row isn't solid for Hawaii, but it's not Teee. All set up front. Cheri Boyer, short set. Trieschman gets it back. So they go right back to Trieschman, and there is toughness personified. Trieschman, after an error, not shying away that time. She comes right down with her 6th kill.
Well, the second leading kill stat on the team with 333 is Karrie Trieschman.
Malin Fransson serving. Outside Hansen off the block. Kept alive. Let's see if Jamie Long can get there. She can. It goes up into the front row. So now Michelle Hansen's up front. That's got to help the Mustangs. Oh, serving for the game. Trieschman off the block. It lands outside. Cal Poly takes it 17-15. We're knotted at 1.
Look at that final point here on the overhit by Hawaii. Nishida trying to put it on the outside. She misses the shot. And it's Cal Poly going out in front and winning game number 2, 17-15.
Hawaii 14-13. They led that second game. Cal Poly coming back though. John Fink along with Bob Carusco. Bob, excellent effort by the Mustangs to fight back and take that game. Not a real surprise though. They're really scrappy.
Exactly right. And it was the freshmen though that it's kind of a surprise to see Knutsen and Perlstrom come on so strong down the stretch there. Good setting by Kaaiai. And then also some hitting down the stretch by Michelle Hansen, giving Cal Poly a very hard-fought win in overtime, 17-15. We're even at 1 game apiece here in this opening round match.
A couple of unforced errors by some of the more experienced Hawaii players late in that game helped Cal Poly. They tried to go around some of the blocks. Cal Poly, very formidable opponent. Hawaii serving to start game 3. Malin Fransson sets it up. Cheri Boyer dumps it. Kept alive. Knutsen diving, but can't make the play. So Hawaii gets on the board first, and Hawaii needs to get the momentum back. If you're a Rainbow Wahine fan, that had to take some stinging, losing that game when they were 1 point away from pulling ahead 2-0. There you see the All Big West Freshman of the Year. Last year, the All Big West Freshman of the Year was Carolyn Tayatafa from Hawaii. Oh. Maile Golden serving. 1-0 Rainbow Wahines. Hansen up front. Kaaiai. Back to Hansen. Michelle Hansen does it all. She gets the serve. She comes up. There you see the game 2 hitting stats as usual, Bob. Stats being very deceiving. Hawaii out hitting Cal Poly. Who cares? If you're a Mustang rooter, they won the game.
Neither team hitting for a very high percentage, but Cal Poly will take it.
Cal Poly really gave Hawaii troubles hitting-wise back in Honolulu. I don't believe it was this low, though. Hawaii hitting in the 100s 2 games in a row. We haven't seen that all season long. Malin Fransson to serve, 1-0 Hawaii. Hansen, tough play in the back. Ball tipped off the top, side out to Cal Poly.
Interestingly enough, Cal Poly has held their opponents to a 189 hitting percentage, so it could be a lot to be said for that defense that Cal Poly throws out there.
Cal Poly, tough defensively, and that's the type of team that Hawaii coaches admit they do have some trouble with. Rainbow Wahines practicing for all the teams they might face here, spending the most time, of course, with Cal Poly, although no question about it, you go 3 hours 2 nights in a row with a team, you don't forget how they play. It was only 3 weeks ago, and Cal Poly's been on a roll. They've won 8 of their last 9 matches. Cal Poly with a side out.
Going into this match, we felt that Hawaii knew they were a good volleyball team. Cal Poly suspected they were because what they did against Hawaii, I think they're believing it more and more all the time.
That time they're going to replay it as 2 players went up at the net, the volleyball version of a jump ball. As you see the 2 teams going up there, Boyer and Knutsen. So we'll serve it again, and Michelle Hansen back to serve, way back to serve. Cal Poly actually with a serving advantage when they're on the side they're on now because they can go back and serve much deeper. But from the depth perception standpoint, Maile Golden to Cheri Boyer, short set, Mary Robbins. There's another dive. Cal Poly players just all over the floor. Sanders gets the back for Hawaii. I will say this about Mike Wilton. If they complain about his work techniques, about working him too hard, it sure has shown up this season in the defense this team plays. They are the hardest working, scrappiest team we've seen, bar none. And we've seen them all in Hawaii with Long Beach and Pacific and UCLA. No team gets down on the floor and saves more balls, Bob, than this team, Cal Poly.
Exactly right. That's the coach's style, and I guess they asked him to change his style for a year or two.
All roofed up front by Teee. It's 3-0 Hawaii. I'm sorry, it's 2-0. Hawaii with a serve on that one. Last play, Hawaii getting the side out. So Boyer serving again. Line drive, tough serve, just goes over. Causing all kinds of problems for the Mustangs. 3-0. Give a lot of credit to Cheri Boyer that time as her serve set the pace.
Nishida coming in again and being effective as she comes in. She would not be fooled on this one, staying up, hanging with it, and knocking it back down on the Mustang side.
Boyer goes back to the same place. Knutsen. They go outside to Knutsen off the block. Knutsen, great leaper. She's not real tall. That lady's tall, and she smacks the ball. T. Williams-Sanders.
We see now Hawaii getting back into the good transition game. That time they moved very well off the volleyball into a position to hit it. T. Williams hitting cross-court, buried it right in front of Jennifer Jeffries.
Hawaii pulled ahead to a big lead in game 2. Cal Poly came back, but Hawaii snuck ahead. And Cal Poly came back to win it, but right now, Hawaii getting a rare chance to see an error by Michelle Hansen, and with that, Mike Wilton calls timeout. It's 5-0 Wahines. Hawaii leading 5-0. Cheri Boyer serves down the line. Knutsen having a little trouble with it again. Kaaiai pops it up. Chance for Hawaii. That time Trieschman couldn't get there. And Karrie Trieschman upset with herself. Apparently she slipped that time on the floor. She gets up a little bit gingerly. Again, that right ankle is taped very heavily.
Either that or she can't really push off that well on that right ankle. And I believe that's what happened. It may have given just a little bit on her. And
there you see Trieschman's ankle. She's got that heavy brace on the right ankle. They wipe up the floor. Cal Poly trying to get on the board. Outside Nishida. Off the block. Toni hitting the ball well, though. Here's Teee from the right side. Off the block, and it lands off the net and outside. And the Hawaii coaching staff cannot believe that that ball was not off a block.
I don't know if we have this, John, but it looked like it hit Jeffries on the head, actually, when it came over the net. Let's watch right here. Hard to tell.
Hard to tell if that was a wire or off her body. In the meantime, it's 2-5, and Dave Shoji calls timeout, probably to relax himself as much as his team. There you see the ball coming back. Really hard to tell, Bob, if that did hit an arm.
Looked like it hit the top of the net and just spun off that way. It really didn't catch it.
I think it was the crazy angle off the net that Dave Shoji believed it must have hit a Cal Poly player, but hard to tell. In the meantime, it's 2-5. Cal Poly getting 2 points there. And now a third point. And Hawaii plays the campfire defense. Everybody gathers around and watches the baby burn on the ground.
Well, they got dug in the back row and just couldn't respond to that slow-paced ball coming over the net.
So 3-5. This time 2 Hawaii players going for it. Tough set for Boyer, and Teee just pushes it 4 feet out. It's 4-5. Cal Poly is erased just about all the Hawaii lead here in game 3. We're tied at 1 game apiece. Kaaiai with a lofting serve. Nishida with a big jump, and there's Hansen with a great dig in the back. From behind the 10-foot line. Teee sets it outside to Nishida. Lands inside. Nishida gets it back to Hawaii. Toni Nishida hitting the ball very effectively, showing no ill effects of that sprained ankle. And last weekend, trainer Melanie Toth told us she didn't even know if she'd be able to play at all. It was so swollen. But she has really come back quickly. Some electronic stimulation, some ice, and a good air cast. And she's back tonight. Cal Poly side out. As the Pacific rooters fill in tonight, it'll be interesting to see who they're pulling for here.
Hawaii has always been a favorite here in Stockton. In fact, they were the first team to really bring volleyball to Stockton, California when Sarah Liskevich was here, and they came and played the Tigers. And I remember a five-game match that was unbelievable years ago, back in the early 80s.
Hawaii's also won themselves a national title right here in this gym. Four, 5, Pacific tries to tie it up. Cheri Boyer, Trieschman, tough play, and she hits it long. That set not going where the Wahines wanted it. And it's 5-5.
Rainbow's just playing a little out of sync right now. They've just got to kind of pull it together a little bit. Get back on track.
Trieschman that time, again, the set not going exactly where she wanted it. Karrie Trieschman checking with referee Max Kernigan, seeing if they were over the net, but he says no.
Well, that coupled with the fact that Jamie Long is setting the volleyball.
Here's Boyer again. This time Fransson is blocked. Kept alive. Hansen. Net violation called up front against Hawaii. Karrie Trieschman called for the net violation. Cal Poly was down 5-0. They lead now 7-5. Concerned look on Dave Shoji's face. Mary Robbins, tough play. Again, this is happening with Teee in the back row. Outside Hansen, roofed up front, but kept alive by Cal Poly. Joe Myers goes over the top. It's 8-5, and the Mustangs love it. Shanked an ace serve off of Teee. It's 9-5. Dave Shoji calls his second and final timeout of Game 3. Cal Poly has scored 9 unanswered points. Lael Perlstrom serving. It's 9-5. Cal Poly. Ball hit over. Mary Robbins knocks it out. Now 10-5. So Hawaii coming back from the timeout. Trying to make something happen. Dave Shoji imploring his team to move over, spread things out a little bit. Teee up front. Good play. Karrie Trieschman. Ball lands inside the line. It's side out for Hawaii. So for the time being, at least Hawaii has stopped the bleeding.
Well, he finally got a good pass from Teee. It was a nice pass up to Boyer, and she set it very close to the net. Trieschman knocking it off.
Toni Nishida serving for Hawaii. Side out goes right back to Cal Poly. The Mustangs refusing to let Hawaii get back into Game 3.
Myers getting a good look and just putting it away over the middle, beating the block there. And Cal Poly really playing some tough volleyball right now.
Ball set up. Here's Boyer outside. Trieschman. She goes down the line and in, and there's another good set. And that's what was happening, as you mentioned. Hawaii was not getting a good pass and a good set. Now they get a couple of them, and they get a couple of sides out. They need some points, though. Malin Fransson serving. Hansen is roofed up front. Net violation called against Cal Poly. Kaaiai tipped the net. It's 6-10. Hawaii gets a point.
Let's see if Hawaii can turn it around here now. Trailing by 4.
Tied at 1 game each. Hansen tries to punch it over, and Michelle Hansen just hits it low and into the net. Trying to relax a little bit. She closes her eyes and says, no, Michelle, that's not how you do it. 7-10. Good serve this time. Outside Hansen, tough angle. She puts it through the block. Side out to Cal Poly's son, Louis Sabitko.
The kind of player Hansen is, she'll make a mistake on one play, but she'll come right back at you and put one away in front of you.
Jill Myers way back in Spano center to serve. Pops it up, and it lands out. Malin Fransson lets it go as about 8 teammates on the side and on the court yelled at her to let it go, and she does. And Jill Myers comes out. Checking in the back row for Myers is number 2. That's Christy Dominic. So Myers had some big kills and blocks this game. We'll see what Hawaii can do. They've got Teee up front now where they need her, and they've got Laura Phillips into the game for Karrie Trieschman. And Phillips serves out. Twice she served it long.
Keep in mind, Laura Phillips, the last 2 times she's come in, has had service errors. Now, someone not with us tonight, Babes Kalulu, never know. With 26 aces on the year, she might be in that position, and who knows, it might spell a different outcome here.
Hansen with the serve. Here's Teee, and Teee off the block. Kept alive nicely by Cal Poly. Over the top, good diving dig by Phillips, but nobody's there to help Phillips. It's 11-7.
Rainbows picking themselves up off the court. Here's a dump shot, diving. Fransson couldn't come up with it, or make that Phillips, excuse me. Good effort, but comes up empty.
Hawaii a bit tentative going for that ball after Phillips made this play. A couple of bows went toward it, but did not make the play. Outside for Teee. Teee smacks the net, 12-7. 13-7, excuse me.
All right, it's time right now for Hawaii to regroup and pull it together. Teee getting caught on the net that time. They just got to step back and get back in this match. Good pass.
Boy, short tip. Mary Robbins just tips it over. Good play by Mary Robbins, taking something off that. Cal Poly ready for big hit after big hit. And she takes something off of that one. And now Cheri will serve at 7-13. Hansen up front. Kaaiai goes way outside. Perlstrom, brilliant play. Tips it over the blockers.
The same way that Cal Poly started game number 1, they've gone back to that game plan, and they are giving Hawaii fits right now. Dump shot over the block, and Hawaii cannot respond to it.
Scoreboard changing. They had 13. It is 12. Thought they gave him 2 points. It is 12-7. Back to serve Kaaiai. All set up. Nishida. Net violation is called up front against Cal Poly. So it goes back to Hawaii. Scoreboard jump from 11 to 13. It is 12. Hawaii serving Teee in the back row, though. It's 7-12. And Teee just serves it right down the line and out. And that'll bring Jill Myers back up off the bench for Dominic. Up front for Cal Poly. The Mustangs, the adrenaline is flowing. Perlstrom in the back row. Teee passes up front. Nishida block, kept alive nicely. Malin Fransson. Good dig by Perlstrom. Step out move. All lands in. By about 2 feet. Hawaii thought it was going out. It's way in. It's 13-7. Short set. Tough play for Nishida. Just pokes it over. Chance on the outside for Myers. Off the block. Kept alive. Robbins sets it up. Tough set. 14-7.
Hawaii really out of sync right now. They're really not passing very well. They're not setting the volleyball very well. And right now, Dave Shoji very concerned. He realizes that it's up to them. They've got to pull it back together. Will not take a timeout here.
He's out of timeouts, and Hawaii could be out of game 3 if they can't put this one down. Kept alive by Cal Poly. Here's Boyer. Outside to Fransson. Through the block, but kept alive by Kaaiai. What a dig. And hit out. This time trying to end it was Jennifer Jeffries. Trieschman checks back in up front for Phillips. At 7-14, Hawaii trying to stop momentum here. Get something rolling. Cal Poly trying to pull ahead 2-1. Mike Wilton obviously pleased at the way his team has come on here. An ace serve. Mary Robbins a big ace serve. It's 8-14.
Robbins with a real tough time, puts one down in front of Hansen.
Kaaiai goes in the middle. Tipped over, chance for the Wahines. Boyer step out, outside move, and Nishida makes it 9-14. Mike Wilton calls timeout. He's seen enough already. Hawaii trying to come back. It's 9-14. Cal Poly has something to say about that.
Cal Poly has won 8 of their last 9, John.
There's another great serve by Robbins, kept alive by Cal Poly, though. Here's Fransson outside, off the block. Knutsen keeps it alive. They go to Myers, through the block. Side out to Cal Poly. What seems to be killing Hawaii here in game 3 is the connections, the passing and the digging have just not been solid. They haven't had the good hits. We'll see if Cal Poly can wrap it up as Lael Perlstrom back to serve at 14-9. Teee dives for that one. It's kept alive by Fransson. Cal Poly with a chance. Outside, Michelle Hansen is roofed. Outside, Hansen again. Mary Robbins, here's Teee. Up front, Fransson goes long. John Fink back with Bob Carrasco at Spanos Center in Stockton, California. And Bob, Hawaii took the first game, looked like they had things rolling, had 14-13 lead in game 2, and since then it's really been all Cal Poly.
Yeah, how do you explain it? Cal Poly, of course, winning an earlier match over Hawaii in Hawaii, but then Hawaii coming back to win the next night. But here's a team, Cal Poly, with a record of 19 wins against 12 losses. They're ranked 18th in the country. We know they're a scrappy team, but really right now they are not only playing good volleyball, but Hawaii is playing poor volleyball. They're not passing well. They're not getting a pass to put a set up with, and for that reason they find themselves on the short end of a 2-game-to-1 score here right now, and they've really got to turn it around. Otherwise it's going to be a very dismal trip home.
Well, Cal Poly has used Michelle Hansen, and Anja Knutsen's been phenomenal tonight. And again, some of the lesser lights of the Cal Poly team have been coming through, but as you mentioned, Hawaii having some real problem with their connections. It's not that their kills have been blocked as much, they just haven't gotten good kills. They've had trouble passing, they've had trouble getting the digs, and they've had trouble with some of the serves from Cal Poly. We move to game 4, and Lael Perlstrom is back to serve. Cal Poly leading 2-1. Karrie Trieschman knocks it over. Cheri Boyer's set that time went over the net by mistake. Mishandled, and it'll be side out to Hawaii.
I look for Trieschman and of course Teee, when she gets back on the front row, to kind of take over and see if they can start dominating this game a little bit more.
Toni Nishida in to serve. Knutsen, tough set, Kaaiai. Pushed in the back, Nishida. Boyer outside. Fransson off the block. Outside, off the block of Jamie Long, side out to Cal Poly. So it's early, game number 4. If we take a look at game number 3 and look at those stats, Cal Poly hitting above their season average, way above what Hawaii teams usually give up defensively, and Hawaii hitting only 156 with a meager 11 kills.
Once again, a bad pass by Hawaii in the overset. There's Cal Poly to knock it off. They're making it easy right now for the Mustangs.
1-0 Cal Poly. Assistant coach Craig Cummins yells, put Timmy in the middle. We'll see if Kaaiai stays in the middle here. He's in the middle now. Malin Fransson goes right over Kaaiai and gets it back for the Wahines. Malin Fransson goes deep. Set up front. Good pass to Kaaiai. Tough play for Myers. That time miscommunication. Trieschman and Teee running into each other, and no one can get the rebound, and side out to Cal Poly. Joe Myers to serve. Knuckler in the middle. Step out move. Trieschman right down the line, and that play has worked very effectively all year long for Hawaii, and it works right there.
There you go. That's a good pass. Gets things going right here. Here's a nice ball for Boyer to set. She does. Trieschman hitting across her body. Right in front. Nice play by Hawaii that time.
Jimmy Long tries to get Hawaii on the board. There's that booming serve of hers, and it's an 8. Well, you can't come any closer to the top of the net, and we're tied up at 1. And yes, they do wipe the floor up here at Spanos Center.
Jamie Long has served tough all night long, and this time she put some serious topspin on it, and it dives right in front of the defensive player, just biting the hardwood. Tough play there as Hansen tries to dig, but can't come up with it.
Same play, this time Hansen makes it, keeps it alive. Knutsen tipping over the top. Teee dives and had the dig. And Teee slow to get up, a little bit upset with herself, but she had a chance to dig that one, but she dug it out of bounds.
I think it's been a little frustrating here for Teee in the last game or so that you haven't heard that much from her. I look forward to get back on track here pretty quick.
Well, Cal Poly's done a lot of damage with her being stuck in the back row. Now she's up front. She goes from the outside and hits the antenna. That ball set a little bit wide. And it's 2-1 Cal Poly.
Mike Wilton would like nothing better than to win this, of course, especially not only that he would be moving a little further into the Northwest Regional, but also the fact that he will not be coming back to Cal Poly next year.
It is 1-2. Game number 4. Trieschman serving. Hansen up front. Kaaiai dumps it. There's Jamie Long. They call her for mishandling the ball. So Long was there for the play, but she mishandles it. 2-1 to Kaaiai. Again, the fluorescent shoelaces. Wonder if that's helping her tonight. Pops one up in the middle. Outside to Teee. Teee is roofed up front, the big roof. They knew it was coming that time. And Teee goes right into the roof.
Bad sign for Hawaii. When Teee goes up, they go to their bread and butter right here, and she's got a big block in front of her, and they just reject it right back. Perlstrom up there in front along with Knutsen.
Trieschman. Boyer outside to Teee. This time Teee off the block, side out to Hawaii.
Teee would not be denied that time. She saw the block in front. She decided to go through it anyway, and she puts it off the block and out of bounds.
Well, we've seen it all year long. When you block Teee once, you normally don't get her the second time around. A lot of determination, that young lady. She will certainly be up for Player of the Year honors this year. She won it in '87. Also, Tara Cross, who won it in '88, will be up there in consideration. Good dig that time, Boyer. Good save, and Teee just pops it over the top. Tim goes outside. Kaaiai is blocked up front. Lands out. Side out. Cal Poly. They lead 3-1 here in game number 4.
More impressed all the time with Jennifer Jeffries, the 5'9" freshman outside hitter from Torrance, California, having a big night for the Mustangs.
All set up front. Outside Boyer to Teee, and Teee is blocked in the back. Knutsen. Big push up front. Trieschman. Boyer. Malin Fransson off the block. Kaaiai dives, and she's there. Up front, Myers partially blocked. Ball hits Teee. Teee hits it down and out. Jill Myers relieved about that one. She wanted to get a piece of it. Teee hit it, though, and hit it out. It's 4-1.
Once again, Jeffries taking that one off the net, hitting it all the way across court, giving the Mustangs a chance to make something out of that play.
Teee comes up, that time takes something off it. Great dig, though, kept alive, and Teee puts it down. 1-4, Teee with a question mark, an exclamation point after the question mark, as she kills that ball.
That one coming right at our microphones, and I'm telling you, that had some heavy velocity on it, zipping right by us.
They don't give hazardous pay duty, but when you get in front of one of Tee's, you might ask for it. Teee will go back to serve at 1-4. Hawaii needs to regain something here. Cal Poly has taken a lot of steam out of Hawaii. Good dig by Teee. Let's see what Boyer does. She goes to Jamie Long, who goes down the line and out. So Hawaii trying to force a couple of cute plays. He tried to tip one down the line. It went out. Jamie Long goes out, and that means Lael Perlstrom will serve at 4-1. Trieschman. Teee goes up front. Jamie Long off the block. Teee again. Back set. Now Fransson kept alive by Nishida. Malin Fransson with a great play to put it over. Oh, good defense that time by the Rainbow Wahinis to get it back.
Well, Malin's had a tough time on that side trying to get the ball through, and this time great dig here. Great play by Boyer and then Nishida, and here's Fransson just popping it into the middle of the court.
And Nishida goes back to serve and serves it out. And a collective sigh from the Hawaii squad that time. They really seem to have gotten something back on a good defensive play by Toni. And back to serve is Jennifer Jeffries.
Hawaii just can't maintain the momentum. They get a good side out, and they just can't build on it.
Here's a chance again as Jeffrey just shanks one off to the side. Malin Fransson back to serve. Fransson serves up front. Kaaiai dumps it. Dumps back over. That time Boyer. Kaaiai goes outside. Hansen with the kill. Hansen so tough with that big windup of hers. She just kills the ball. Literally kills it so hard it's hard to keep it in play.
A real all-around player for Cal Poly. 595 kills. She hits the .275 percentage. She's got 66 block assists on the year.
Well blocked that time by Boyer. Mistake. Kaaiai had a chance to set it up. Instead, she went for the kill, and she's smiling knowing she probably should have set it up.
4-1 Cal Poly out in front this time. But Hawaii with the side out as Kaaiai went in there with the big boy.
Well, we see a lot of times the ball comes over free like that, Bob, and a player will go up and try to put it away themselves. And in retrospect, they say, maybe I shouldn't have. Maile Golden checks back in. Step out move to Trieschman. Here's Toni Nishida. Boyer goes outside to Teee. Left-handed shot. Kept alive, and punched over by Cal Poly. Trieschman right off the block. 2-4.
Good play on both sides of the net that time as both teams keep the volleyball up, but Trieschman finally goes up and takes charge, putting it away through the block.
You saw Karrie waited for that ball to come down a little bit, taking something off it. There's an ace serve. Hansen shanks it off to the side. It's 3-4.
Well, if the Wahines are going to do it, it's time right now, as they don't want to let Cal Poly get too far ahead. They're leading right now 2-1.
3-4. Hawaii going to tie it up if they can score here. Off the block. Great play by Nishida. Just threw her arm out for the block. Teee with the kill. 4-4. Hawaii ties it up.
But even with Teee putting that down, Cal Poly still kept that ball off the floor, and they had a chance of getting it over the net again. If that one would have come back, I would have said, oh, my.
That's amazing. Cal Poly at that point, I think, was so amazed they even made the play they couldn't put it back over. It's 4-4. The Cal Poly fans smacking on the bleachers, trying to get the Mustangs rolling again. Maile Golden has come in and tied it up for Hawaii. Tough set. Kaaiai goes way across, just tipped over the top, and no one's there. Well, that was a tough play for Knutsen. She just pushed it over the top, and Golden couldn't get up in time. And the Mustangs will serve. They're tied at 4.
Knutsen at 5 feet 9 inches tall and only a freshman playing like a senior.
Hansen with a big jump serve, but Hawaii plays it nicely. Here's Teee. Teee crushes it down. Side out for Hawaii. So Hawaii will go back to serve. They're trying to pull ahead. Back to service, Laura Phillips. She's into the game. Cheri Trieschman taking a breather. Dave shows you trying to move his substitutions around. He's got that deep bench to go. The back row of Golden and Phillips. And of course, Jamie Payette. Kaaiai. Ball not off the block. A point to the Rainbow Wahines. 5-4. That time, big arm swing. And Mike Wilton calls timeout. Hawaii pulls ahead in game 4. Back and forth we go. Back to serve for Hawaii at 5-4. Laura Phillips, their first lead here in game number 4. Kim Kaaiai goes outside. That time Laura Phillips is there. Dumped over by Boyer, but there is Cal Poly. That time the wind-up by Perlstrom, and she puts it through the block.
That was a good choice there by Boyer. She looked for the dump shot, but boy, Cal Poly just sucked right up on that volleyball, and they were right back on the attack.
Kim Kaaiai to serve. Good dig by Phillips on a good serve off the block of Nishida. Outside move, blocked up front, Nishida and Boyer. Kaaiai goes outside. Good play by Golden. Jennifer Jeffries with a couple of big hits. Teee! No arguing with that one. Side out as Dominic tried to let it go. I don't think she thought she had a prayer on it. And it lands inside.
Teee taking charge up in front now. She gets in the front row, working from the outside, hitting deep cross court. That's a couple in a row for Teee. And Hawaii now out in front 5-4 with the side out, trying to add to that lead.
Jamie Long checking back in. Maile Golden goes to the side. Cheri Boyer checking with associate head coach Dean Nowak to see where he wants to serve. She goes deep with it. Knutsen didn't know if she should play it, and it cost her an ace on that one, 6-4.
Tough serve. Knutsen really had a hard time with the ball, knuckling very severely, and Boyer picks up a nice service ace.
Hawaii now ahead 6-4. Boyer, the service leader. Tough play up front that time. Teee puts it down. The Kaaiai is there. Tipped over the top. There's Teee. Good dig. Fransson, two hands, pushes it down. Perlstrom up front. Pushed down by Cal Poly. Boyer goes over the top. It goes over the net. Just creeps over. Knutsen goes over the top. Boy, Anja Knutsen has done that so many times tonight, Bob. She has really got that dink shot down, and checking back in is Jill Myers for Christy Dominic.
Definitely the queen of the off-speed stuff here tonight. Knutsen has been excellent. Working that block, getting it up in the air early, and then just dumping it over. And Dave showed you right now, showing just a little bit of frustration.
Well, his team has come back. They lead 4-6 here in the second game, the fourth game. After the second game got away from Hawaii, and Cal Poly ran away in the third game. Ball set outside. Fransson just has to put it over. Tough play for Fransson. Kaaiai with a good back set. Roofed up front, but there's that defense. Hansen keeps it alive. Phillips. Boyer. Teee takes something off it, but not enough. Cal Poly was there. Meyer over the top. But it goes on to Cal Poly's side, and it'll be Side out to the Wahines, and Teee goes to the back row.
Neither team got a good swipe at it, but Cal Poly, once again, very, very scrappy, just keeping everything in play, keeping it off the floor.
That time Myers thought Hawaii might have been over the net, but they were not. And there's Perlstrom. Perlstrom really reaches back far behind her head, kind of lays that thing down.
Yeah, she plays a little above her 6 feet 1 inch stature. She plays very high.
She goes back to serve. Line drive serve. There's Phillips. Laura doing a good job digging. Tough set that time, and Fransson pushes it over. Don't think that's exactly the set she wanted.
No question it wasn't, John, but I'll tell you what, turnabout's fair play, and that's kind of what Cal Poly's been giving Hawaii for the last 2 games, and Hawaii turns around and gives it right back to them.
Off-speed kills are just as important as regular kills. If it lands on the floor, it's what you want. Double substitution as Hawaii has 2 players checking back in. Mary Robbins comes in and Kerry Trieschman. 6-4. Off-speed serve, partially blocked, and net violation called up front on Hawaii. Side out to Cal Poly.
It seems like one of those nights that every time you look up, Tee's in the back row. It seems like she hasn't been in the front row the whole night long. And that's because a lot of side outs, and Cal Poly's getting the volleyball back. They're moving her through the front row rotation, getting in their back row, and then they're making it count when she's back there.
Ball popped up, Mary Robbins. Short set, that time Trieschman. Little one set, and that's what Hawaii was going to do tonight, Bob. They didn't want to let Cal Poly set up defensively. They wanted to throw some off-speed stuff. Go outside, go inside, really move it around. And that's where the passing and the setting have got to be on all night long. The Cheri boys starting to put it back together here in Game 4. As Cal Poly led 4-1, Hawaii now leads 6-4. Cal Poly's had a couple of chances to score, and they've been unable to. Kaaiai to Hansen. Off the block, there's Teee. Ball set up front. Jamie Long pops it up. Outside to Myers. Net violation called up front on Hawaii. That time it's called on Jamie Long. Cal Poly back to serve. Jill Myers. Myers, an ace serve, just in the hole. That's why she's their best server.
Myers with 35 aces on the year, and she gets another one right here. Look at that ball dive down hard.
Other than Michelle Hansen with the jump serve, she really is the top server on this team. Very effective tonight. Trieschman can't make that play. Kerry Trieschman went for 1 play. Cheri Boyer set another play at 6-6. Quickly, Cal Poly has tied it. Michelle Hansen, the senior, shouting instructions, sorting her team on. This time Robbins sets it up front. Back step move, step out move. Very effective when it works.
That time, good deceptive set there by Boyer. She caught the block inside, and Trieschman came to the outside and put it right down the line. Watch how the block goes to the inside. Single coverage and a nice hit there by Trieschman.
Well, Cal Poly unsure which way the ball's going to go. They had 2 blockers inside, Bob, and for the second time in about the last 4 plays, Trieschman able to put it by the solo blocker, Knutsen, on the outside. In Kaaiai sets Hansen, who has a big run up. Well, you let Michelle Hansen run all the way up like that. That's where she gets a lot of that strength as we watch it again.
Well, Cal Poly playing good side-out volleyball right now. There's Hansen with a big right-hand arm swing off the block of Trieschman.
She's 5'8", but she really gets up there. Big, powerful leg. Trieschman! Big kill. And for Hawaii, the good news is Teee is right up front. Big front line now with Robbins and Boyer. Up front, and Teee, of course. Trieschman in the back. Malin, Fransson, and Maile Golden. 6 apiece. Down the line. Tough play for the Mustangs. Knutsen. Maile Golden. Good pass. Boyer to Teee. Teee with a kill. Kept alive. No. 7-6. Hawaii leads.
Teee working from the outside, getting the good high set and putting it down. Cal Poly almost getting underneath, but not quite. Hawaii back on top by 1 here.
7-6. Kerry Trieschman serves. Kaaiai had to go back for that one. Chance for Hawaii again on a rough set. Teee kept alive. Kaaiai goes up. Myers goes up. Good play by Myers on that set. Malin Fransson hits it too far. Free ball. Net violation called against Hawaii. Cheri Boyer. serving 7. In Kaaiai in the back to serve now. Michelle Hansen in the back. Good sign for the Rainbow Wahines. Outside, here's Teee. The dig, Kaaiai with the play. Hansen from behind the 10-foot line and misses. Little trickery there, and it fails, but she does that effectively. Takes something off it once in a while. Got to respect that big hit.
Try to roll it off the palm of the hand. I think she may have been a little distracted. Knutsen went down. She slipped going for the volleyball on the play before. And Hansen hitting from behind the attack line. Hit into the top of the net off the palm of the hand.
Cheri Boyer, the best server here for Hawaii. Kaaiai, she goes back row. Hansen doesn't hit it very hard. Chance for the Rainbow Wahines. Tough set. Teee. Good dig by Hansen. Knutsen pops it up. Maile Golden, good play. Outside to Teee. Hawaii now almost going exclusively to Teee up front. 8-6. We'll see how Tee's shoulder holds up. She has had some tendonitis in the upper arm.
That was 2 for Teee there, and the second one went down. Nice play by Teee.
And Teee for 2 as she makes it 8-6. All set up front. Good step-out move, a good fake move, but Hawaii is equal to the task. Tipped over the top. Hawaii's right there. Good play by Myers. Knutsen whips. 9-6. Mike Wilton calls his second and final timeout. Hawaii pulls ahead 9-6 in game number 4. Back and forth we go. Cheri Boyer still serving for Hawaii. It's 9-6. Mike Wilton called timeout as Hawaii is pulled ahead 9-6. Some unforced errors by the players that have gotten Cal Poly here, Knutsen and Hansen. Boyer goes same place to Knutsen. She hits it down the line. Teee keeps it alive. Might have been out. Let's see if it costs Hawaii. Mary Robbins can't make the play. It does cost him. Bob, that ball was hit over the net by mistake by Knutsen, and Teee hit it up, but not in good position for Hawaii to make the play.
A real turnaround right there, because on the timeout, Cal Poly looking for a break of momentum, but Hawaii had the overset, had the volleyball something to do with it, and they misplayed it.
Fransson on the kill. It's blocked but out, so it's side out to Hawaii. They're commenting Malin Fransson needs to come forward and hit some big balls now. She is very capable of it. She's averaging a little less than 3 kills a game right now. She's been kind of quieted down by this Cal Poly team. Jamie Long, the fireball, gets this Hawaii team going, checks back up front. That time, the mistake works. Lael Perlstrom whiffs, it goes over the net. I'd rather be lucky than good, she says, and she gets the side out.
A clean miss that time.
All-American smile by Perlstrom. And that'll change to a frown if she hits one into the net.
Well, the volleyball gods have a way of evening things out.
You talk about the ultimate seesaw. First she gets the big break, and then she serves it into the top of the net. Here's Mary Robbins. Hawaii wants to get into double figures here. Mistake by Hansen, but Trieschman hits it to her, and Hansen gets it back. Short set, Trieschman on the block. Perlstrom keeps it alive. Hansen over the top. Boyer set by Fransson to Jamie Long. Block right down the line.
I want to tell you something right now. Hansen and Knutsen are playing right now all-world matches. They are really digging, diving. Here's a big block by the much shorter Michelle Hansen. Look at her get up over the net and reject that Jamie Long attempt.
Keep in mind, as strong as she plays, she is 5'8", so she really has to get off the ground to do that. We're watching Jill Myers carefully. She went down on that block. After the block, got up very slowly, and it might be her right ankle. She stays in. It's 6-9. What Hawaii's done well is not let Cal Poly score on these side outs, and they're off the block again. Hawaii gets the side out. So the key is, if you're going to give up the side out, get the serve back, and Hawaii's doing that.
Exactly. And there's Fransson once again, a couple of kills in a row. She's up to 12 kills on the night.
She now goes back to serve. Kaaiai, the set. Fransson, good dig. Here's Teee from the back row. Just has to pop it over. Knutsen, Kaaiai, short set. Hansen hits it down the line, and it lands in. 6-9.
Coming up really compact, exploding on the volleyball right over the middle, hitting it from the sideline. She buries yet another one. Hansen with 18 on the night.
We thought of this as being Final Four volleyball, and it really is. These teams are just playing superbly here in regional action. Net violation called up front against Hansen, and she says, I didn't do a thing. But it goes both ways. Hawaii players have been saying that for a while tonight, too. Hansen now going at it with Sue Mahler. Or Lemire, I'm sorry. And here's had the players and the coaches on her all night on these net violations. Hawaii again trying to get in double figures. Mistake up front for Cal Poly. Miscommunication. I gotta believe, Bob, that when Michelle Hansen started talking to the linesman, or rather the umpire, might have thrown her team off. Cal Poly's been pretty quiet all night.
A little bit Mike Wilton with a quick substitution right now as Myers will come out. In to replace her goes Christy Dominic in the back row.
10-6, great serve and a great dig that time Hansen. Tough set over the top. There's Hansen. Dominic tries to set it. Off the block, roof by Hawaii. They're playing better defense now. That time through the block goes number 7, or number 5. That was Knutsen. Knutsen smartly going off the side of the arms of the Hawaii blockers.
Good player, Knutsen. Only a freshman.
All Big West freshman of the year, and she's showing why. The jump serve by Hansen. Mary Robbins with a good play. Outside to Teee, and Teee goes into the bottom of the net. 7-10. Here's Hansen. We'll see if she does the jump serve again. She checks with the coaches, and she will. A serve right between Fransson and Robbins. 8-10.
Michelle Hansen maybe having one of the matches of her career right now. Look at it again. Another tough, biting jump serve, and Cal Poly climbs within 2. 10-8 Hawaii.
Michelle Hansen back to serve for Cal Poly. Her team is pulled back to 8-10 on her serving alone. Another jump serve. This time Fransson's there. Boyer with the set to Teee. Over the top. Cal Poly. Tough dig. Hansen will have to hit it from the back row, so it'll be a free ball. Fransson. Boyer to Teee again. Teee is roof. 9-10.
Teee goes up high. Look at the block to the inside. She's got a little something down the line, but she tries to go through the block, and it's rejected. Cal Poly playing very tough. They really cut off all the angles on her that time.
Cal Poly with some mid-game confusion. But the Mustangs have come back to 9-10, and this young lady's a big reason why. Hitting, digging, and serving. Big serve. Mary Robbins with the play. Jim Kaaiai on the set that went over. It's 10-10.
Wahines desperately need a side outline here as they want to get this server out of there. Michelle Hansen, she is really raising havoc.
We watch it from the end zone. Hansen with a big serve. That time Fransson. Good set. Outside to Teee. Off the block. It lands out. Side out to Hawaii.
Ooh, take a deep breath on that one. It looked like it was going to be another reject for Teee, but that one just missed the sideline.
Kerry Trieschman yelling to her team, let's go, guys. And coming in is Laura Phillips in the back to serve. Teee Williams-Sanders, 29 kills tonight. We're in the 4th game. She's really doing it all. She's got to get some help up front. We are knotted at 10. Cal Poly leading 2-1. Laura Phillips goes deep. Confusion by Cal Poly. They're going to have Knutsen pops it over. Laura Phillips, Boyer. Mary Robbins can't hit that one as Boyer hit it over herself. Miscommunication and miss hit, and Hawaii makes it 11-10. So that time Cal Poly with the unforced error.
Thank you, Cal Poly time is right.
So just when you think they got it all together again, Cal Poly with a strange mistake. Knutsen, good save on the good serve. Dig by Hawaii. Boyer to Teee. Teee that time takes something off it. Cal Poly knew it. Teee barely jumped. Knocked over. Another free ball. Boyer outside. Teee. 12-10.
Once again, the big block in front of Teee that time, and she just sliced it to the inside. Very nice move by Teee to get that ball down.
Jill Myers comes in the back row for Christy Dominic. So putting in a bigger player as opposed to the defensive specialist. See if Mike Wilton's strategy works out. It's been a brilliant game coach in his matches against Hawaii thus far. Ball served out by Laura Phillips, 10-12. Kim Kaaiai goes back to serve.
Ball looked like a rise ball. It came halfway over and all of a sudden picked up speed and took off way past the end line.
Kaaiai with the serve, a floater. Laura Phillips to Boyer. Short set, Mary Robbins. And Cheri Boyer with a couple of good sets in a row, and she needs that for her confidence and, of course, for the Wahines.
Mary Robbins with a nice short set hammer right here, right down the middle. Still Cal Poly getting a hand on it, but Mary puts it away.
12-10, Hawaii's best server, Boyer, goes back. Knutsen, tough play for Kaaiai. Kept alive and hit out by Cal Poly. 13-10.
The freshman, Jennifer Jeffries, hitting that little long over the block. Now, Jennifer, at 5 feet 9 inches tall, not able to get up and work over the block. She tried to roll it over the block, hit it long.
Serve lands just out. Boyer going for the ace. Coach is telling her where they want the serve. I guarantee you they didn't want it out. 10-13. Cal Poly trying to stay in this fourth game. Knutsen with the serve. Phillips. Teee outside. Good pass to Fransson. And a dig. Kaaiai goes up to Myers. Off the block, 11-13. Cheri Trieschman checks back in for Laura Phillips. Hawaii making their plays. You've seen Nishida, Payette, and Phillips on the sideline. Trieschman, Boyer, Teee off the block. Miss hit. It goes over. 2 hits called anyway on Cal Poly. That was not the set Teee wanted, but she is so athletic. She made a good play.
Exactly. She has so much coordination. She went up and just out-muscled the ball, even though it was more on the Cal Poly side. Great job by Teee.
They're going to win it. They're going to do it with Teee serving in the back row. Partially blocked up front. Mary Robbins, though, can't get there. So Mary made the block, but couldn't get down on the floor. Mary's had her share of digs this year. She could not get that one.
Crucial time right now for Hawaii. They really need the side out. If you're a Cal Poly fan, of course, you want this serve from Perlstrom to go in. But the Rainbow Wahinis need a side out right now.
There's Teee. Pops it right to Boyer. Boyer short set Robbins, but there's the defense. Maile Golden over the top. And Hawaii gets it back. So Maile Golden with a rare opportunity. What a big play from the young lady from Keikaha, Hawaii.
Well, Maile with only 2 kills coming into tonight. Hits this one severe angle cross court. Cal Poly can't get to it on the overset. Great job by Maile.
That's called taking advantage. Good court sense for Maile Golden. Mary Robbins back to serve. 13-11. Big point if Hawaii can get it. Hansen pops it up. Kaaiai goes way outside to Hansen. She goes deep. Popped over, though, by Hawaii. There's a mistake. Kaaiai with a short set move. Trieschman. Point to Hawaii on the lift. Solo block for Cheri Trieschman. A big one at that. 14-11.
Big play by Cheri Trieschman. Now, you know that she leads the Rainbow Wahinis with 108 block assists and 19 solo blocks.
Mary Robbins for the game. Hansen up front. Kaaiai up to Hansen. Great defense by Hawaii. Boyer in the back, and it lands out. So Cheri Boyer just trying to be very quiet and just push one in the back. Nobody was home, but they didn't have to be as it lands out. Cal Poly breathes a little deeply. 11-14. Jennifer Jeffries with a big serve to Teee. Boyer outside. Maile Golden off the block. Myers hits it over. Possibly a mistake there. She could have set it up. Golden again. This time she can't get it. So Hawaii trying to use Maile Golden once too often. It's 12-14. Dave Shoji calls timeout. Cal Poly trailing 12-14. Jennifer Jeffries serving at 12-14. Joanna Sam has checked in for Maile Golden. Fransson partially blocked. We'll go outside again, off the block. Mary Robbins, great dig. Boyer, short set. Trieschman. Side out to Hawaii. And Bob Teee has been in the back row this whole time, and Hawaii's used the other players to try to get it back, and Cheri Trieschman gets it back. There's Malin Fransson serving for game number 4. Hansen pops it up big time. That time Kaaiai with the back set. Myers goes right through the block. She made that one look easy.
Well, Myers had a big night for Cal Poly. She mentioned a lot of errors for Myers, but tonight she's been just about error-free.
5 kills a game. It's much higher than her season average. There's Joanna Sam. First time she's touched it. Cheri Trieschman through the block. Kept alive, though, by Cal Poly. And just popped over by the Mustangs. Chance for Hawaii. Boyer. Trieschman. Roots, but it goes over. And it's side out Hawaii. So off the block, and you can tell. At home, you're probably going over or not. Well, it didn't go back over. And serving for the game is Joanna Sam. How's this for pressure? She comes in and she serves for the game. Kaaiai, back set. Hansen right down the line. Hawaii can't close out Cal Poly in game 4. They keep it alive.
There must be pretty Michelle Hansen's on the court. Every time you look up, she's doing something with the volleyball. This time she puts it right over the top of the block and down. Side out Cal Poly.
There's her big jump serve. Hawaii's there. Boyer, step out move, Trieschman. That has worked very well tonight. Cal Poly's not been able to defend that one.
Well, a big pass right there, John, by Hawaii. I think it was Robbins that dug that one out. But whoever it was a great job because that gets Michelle Hansen out of the serving slot.
Keeps her in the back row. Teee is up front. You better bet they're going to go to Teee if they get a chance. Trieschman serving. Hansen, Kaaiai, tipped over the top. Here's a chance for Hawaii. Sam goes to Teee. Teee tips it over the top. Not much on it. Outside. Kill, kept alive by Trieschman. Pushed over the top. Teee, good defense. Boyer defense. Mary Robbins off the block. Both teams back and forth we go. Knutsen is roofed, but it's kept alive. Kaaiai goes outside to Knutsen. She tips it, kept alive. Boyer with a kill. It goes over Mary Robbins. Mass confusion. Hawaii thought the ball should have been called dead because Mary Robbins hit it twice. There was no whistle. And then Cal Poly just did it in the opening. So they'll get it back side out.
Unbelievable play by Cal Poly to keep that ball alive, keep it alive, just keep it up. Mary Robbins actually blocked the ball and then was able to bump it back up, but everyone kind of stopped on the play.
Short set to Robbins, and she finds the hole, but there's Cal Poly. Now Robbins again is blocked. Mary Robbins can't get it by the digs. Can't get it over the blockers. This time they go outside to Teee. Great dig by Cal Poly. Teee pushes it up to Boyer. Back to Teee. Smart play by Teee that time. She didn't hit it over the first time.
Exactly right. Great patience by Teee that time, but she did. She had a chance to go up and knock it off. Instead, she kept the ball. She passed it nicely. She got the give and go, and she put it away. Great play by Teee Williams.
Well, Bob, we saw 3 times Mary Robbins try to do it herself on the first hit as opposed to setting it up. Not a bad play if it works. It didn't work. Cal Poly's a great defensive team. So what Teee did was she made the save on the free ball, and she put it over to her teammate Cheri. Boyer back to Teee, and Hawaii will serve at 14-12. Here is Boyer. Hawaii again for game 4. Kaaiai goes outside. Jeffries partially blocked Teee. Up front, Robbins goes outside to Teee. She gets it! How do you like that? We're going to go to a 5th game. Holy cow, what action, what volleyball. It's only a regional. It don't get any better than this, fans. John Fink with Bob Carrusco. And what else is new? Cal Poly and Hawaii meeting, Bob, and we're going to a 5th game.
I'm telling you, unbelievable digging by Cal Poly. They just will not let the volleyball die. They've been so tough on Hawaii, and they've just continued to keep it in play. It's just great to watch this volleyball. And the Rainbow Wahine is coming back when they had to in game number 4 there. It could have been a season-ending game. Obviously, this will be the last game of the season for one of these 2 squads. Karrie Trieschman doing yeoman duty up front that time when Teee went to the back, and then Teee coming through and ending the game. You know who they're going to in the clutch, and she was able to put it by the Cal Poly blockers. Right. I think Teee really came on and asserted herself down the stretch, made a couple of key plays, some really nice digs. You really don't have a chance to mention too much, but she kept the ball alive up in the front row. And it's a shame that one of these 2 great seniors will have to end their career. Michelle Hansen on one side, Teee Williams on the other. We'll be back with game number 5, the ultimate game, right after this. Their average, so everyone came back down to earth in that game. But really the key for Cal Poly was the fact that they were just able to keep the volleyball off the floor. Well, keep it up. You mentioned in game 3 it was gut check time when it was tied at 1-1. If it was gut check time, it is now your entire physical and mental presence time, because we're going to a 5th game. Both these teams have got to be a little bit tired. We've been playing for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is how it was back in Honolulu, where I will admit it is warmer. So if anything, the coolness here might be helping these teams a little bit tonight. Well, I think there's a real advantage right now for Hawaii, and simply because when you're Cal Poly, you're out in front 2 games to 1, you have a chance to win it and run away with it, but instead Hawaii comes back, they knot it, now we're all even, and once again they have to really reach down for all they've got, because they're heavy underdogs in this match. We have seen that young lady right there play hard all 5 games in Hawaii twice to the last point. And she's going to need some help, and that young lady will play hard all the way to the end tonight, as will all these players. The great ones rise to the occasion, and we're just seeing good, solid volleyball action tonight. Maile Golden will go back to serve to start things off for Hawaii. Maile Golden did such an effective job that last game coming off the bench.
making a couple of good things happen up front with a kill that really seemed to turn momentum in Hawaii's favor. Teams will switch sides halfway through, and there's an ace serve. And the Hawaii crowd loves it. I've been watching this crowd in Spanos. They may love Hawaii, but they're definitely pro Cal Poly tonight. They'd like to see the upset, and hopefully their home team would not have to play Hawaii tomorrow night if that's the case.
No question about that, because that would give UOP a much better chance.
Michelle Hansen with the kill. Malin Fransson can't get down to make the play. Side out for the Mustangs.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fact is that Pacific still has to play Long Beach State tonight in our second matchup.
I want to remind you, those two teams split earlier this year, just like these two teams did. The last time they met, Long Beach won 3-0. Since then, of course, we have had the team from Pacific beat UCLA. So how good are these teams? They are the best. 1-1 as that ball dropped in front of Malin Fransson.
Jill Myers with a big one-on-one block up in front on Teee.
Cal Poly will serve the first half of the game from the side of the court they like. And it's working as that ball comes over. It's 2-1. Myers with a kill.
Well, Myers makes a big play on the play before, and here she comes again on the overset. Just goes up and stuffs it right back down.
Boyer setting it across to Teee. Teee is blocked up front. Maile Golden, though, nicely to Boyer. Step out to Trieschman. It's worked all night, but there it's blocked.
First, the big dig by Knutsen in the back row to keep it alive, and then it's Michelle Hansen at the front line blocking this one back.
Conditioning is going to be a big factor here in this fifth game. All 6 Hawaii players with their hands on their knees as they wait for this serve. Jennifer Jeffries. She pops it up. Cal Poly serving from way back in Spanos. Karrie Trieschman just throws that one down. Good hang time from Trieschman there.
Excellent. She's a good leaper, Karrie Trieschman. That time she hung for a while and just kind of went up and knocked it right back down again. And they get the side out. They needed that desperately. Did Hawaii.
Trieschman with the serve. Goes down the line. Michelle Hansen. Tough set that time. And here's Hansen from behind the 10-foot line, and she whips. 2-3. So Hansen, not a good pass to start off with, and then she blows the spike attempt. And the famous volleyball cheer, my fault. Blocked up front, net violation called against Jill Myers. It's 3-3. So maybe we are seeing a little bit of tired play here. Some mistakes up front. Myers grabbing her wrist. She really got it jammed in the net that time. Ankle is okay. We mentioned earlier it seemed to hurt her ankle a little bit, but she seems okay. Hansen off the block. Great dig. Teee, reverse stuff or dunk, if you will. Kept alive, blocking at the net. Outside Hansen pops it over. Maile Golden to Boyer. To Robbins off the block. Kept alive when it lands. No, Maile Golden with a dig. Oh, what defense. Teee with the kill. And it's a point to the Rainbow Wahines. Dave Shoji jumps off the bench and said, way to save it, guys. Maile Golden with a great play.
Exactly. You see T. Williams putting it away, but thank Maile Golden for that play because she's the one that kept it all alive.
Look at that defense by Cal Poly. There's Maile Golden. Last second, she just collapsed her body on the floor.
Good sequence. Excellent camera work.
Great crew here, our friends from Northwest Mobile. Ball goes through the block. Trieschman whips. Good kill by Myers. Karrie Trieschman, Malin Fransson going for it. Side out for Cal Poly. Hawaii, though, good service there, picking up 3 points. Jill Myers at the far reaches. She's into the backup chairs. She can't go any deeper without having to buy a seat.
This is when Hawaii's got to be really tough. Get the side out right here.
Mary Robbins tips it over the top, and Mary Robbins, oh, so sweet. That goes down in the book as a kill, and that's a powder puff by Mary Robbins in a smart play. Good court sense. And Mary Robbins looking across the net right now at her former teammate, Kim Kaaiai. Michelle Hansen, Cal Poly putting everybody back, and now Hansen comes up, and no one's home for Hawaii. So back and forth we go. Where it ends, nobody knows.
That is so tough. When you got a player that can hit the ball as hard as Hansen does, you expect it. I mean, it's awfully hard to keep yourself down. She goes up, takes the big arm swing, and then puts the brakes on. Impossible to stop.
Well, sometimes we mention that's where the defense has got to come back, and a miss-hit that time. Boyer trying to just set it and to hit both her hands. 4-4. Hansen way back to serve. Hansen, big serve. Pushed up, Boyer outside to Teee. Through the block and off the tee. A roof that time by the freshman Knutsen and the freshman Perlstrom.
Big block up in front. This is what Cal Poly does so well. Teee doesn't like this. The reject, and that is Knutsen going up. The freshman blocking it back.
Teee has seen that from the outside on the right. They have been there when Teee has tried to make that play a bit tonight. Malin Fransson is blocked up front. Chance for Cal Poly. Knutsen over the top. That is her best play all night long. Dave Shoji calls timeout. Hawaii has seen a 4-3 lead. Disintegrates 6-4 Cal Poly. Hansen back to serve, some of the young Pacific players of the future in the crowd. Hansen serving, and she has gotten points and made it 6-4. Here's Malin Fransson off the block. Again, Fransson not hitting it hard enough to do any damage, and they'll go outside to her again. Off the block again, and this time she goes wisely down the line after cutting it inside and gets a side out. Good play by Malin. Here's Jamie Long back in up front for Maile Golden. Jamie can put the big boomer down. They're going to need that tonight, and they're going to need it right now. Teee is back to serve.
Hopefully Long will bring them a little firepower in that front row right now. She's the only really hard hitter up there.
Wiping up the floor again, Mike Wilton, T. Williams Sanders. Players catching a breather whenever they can. 2.5 hours of volleyball. Ball hit out. Freshman error, Lael Perlstrom trying to just tip it on the line, and it goes wide, 5-6. Anja Knutsen that time can't make the play. So Kaaiai that time, one of her rare sets where it didn't look like her player was in position, and Hawaii is tied at 6, and the Hawaii faithful come to life. Teee just lobbing it over, tough set that time. Knutsen though, oh, she has hang time.
You know, we really haven't mentioned Kaaiai tonight, but what a job she's done setting the volleyball for Cal Poly. Excellent.
We keep talking about how great these hits are. You only get great hits with great sets. She is the silent leader out there, and she is only a sophomore. Jamie Long with a big kill. Oh, that was a brutal one. If Jamie can hit like that, watch out, Cal Poly.
Well, Jamie plays with some emotion. You love to see that in an athlete, and here she comes after the big hammer off Knutsen out of bounds, and she loves every second of it.
Mary Robbins serves it into the net. Side out for Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and back to serve is Anja Knutsen. So it's good for Hawaii to have her in the back row, and she returns the favor. That'll put Malin Fransson on the service line. What game strategies these coaches are coming up with as we go along. Trying to pull it out. Jill Myers goes down the line and in.
Jill Myers got to be having a career match tonight. Another big kill, that one down the line. She's a junior out of Newport Beach, California.
Lael Perlstrom back to serve. Malin Fransson pops it up, short set. Trieschman is blocked. Short set again. Trieschman goes the other way. Nice play by Cheri. She just totally turned that shot around, Bob.
Well, you got to like her. She's an all-around player. She does so many things well on the volleyball court. And that's one thing about a volleyball athlete. They really have to, not only do they play with power, they have to have speed, they have to play with anticipation, and she does all of it. She digs well, she serves well, she hits well. Good player.
Maile Golden back to serve. Good line drive serve. Ball up front. Michelle Hansen is loose. 7-6. Teee and Trieschman, I believe, a rarity to block Hansen like that. Oh, did she come up hard?
Big Hawaii block coming up here. Here's Hansen, who's had it her way most of the night, but not this time on T. Williams Sanders.
And Hawaii doesn't like the generosity, and they give back the serve to Cal Poly. Maile Golden serves just long. 6 serving 7. All popped up. Maile Golden. Outside, here's Teee. Right through the block. He goes over the block. He goes under the back row and gets it back for Hawaii.
You knew when she went up on that one there would be no stopping her. She went with a big arm swing, had a nifty tight set there at the net, something that she could really work with, and she buries it.
Cheri Trieschman serving for Hawaii. 7-6. Ball set up front. Kaaiai. Myers, good dig by Trieschman. Boyer outside to Teee. Down the line, off the chest, and kept in play by Kaaiai, and there's Hansen. Trieschman, Boyer, over the top. Kept alive. Outside to Teee again, and this time she goes off the block. And a point to Hawaii, 8-6. We'll wait as they switch sides. It is 8-6, Hawaii. They've come back.
Boyer once again, John, putting that set just in the right place for Teee. She just tucked it in there so nicely. Williams going hard, using the block that time, off the block and down. And Hawaii out in front, 8-6 in this big game to decide it right here.
Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, their final season in the Big West. Mike Wilton, his final season as the coach. He's been there 12 years. He says it's been a wonderful year, and he certainly has given his team a wonderful match here. It's all the players now. Coaches give some strategy, but on the court, it's all in the minds and bodies of the players. And that contingent is trying to root on this Hawaii team to get to tomorrow night's finals. The question is, could either of these teams have anything left for tomorrow night? And we've got another great one coming up after Rainbow Countdown. There's a great one, Michelle Hansen. Another big kill for Hansen. She's a momentum breaker.
If this young lady has anything to say about it, this contest is not even close to being over. Hansen, a big night.
They have switched sides, so Cal Poly cannot go as far back in the gym on their big serves now. We'll see how that affects them. Tough set for Knutsen. Trieschman with a diving play. Free ball for Knutsen. He makes it 7-8. Really athletic play by, I am really impressed by the athleticism of Anja Knutsen.
No question, but you know what kept that play going early on? There was a big deflection at the net on a T. Williams spike by Michelle Hansen.
This time, though, Teee goes where no one can get it, off the foot of Lael Perlstrom. One thing we know, Cal Poly is not intimidated. As big as those kills are, they just keep coming back.
Unbelievable.
It's like that little pesky, insect in the room. And this is not a put down, but you just can't swat them. They're just coming back. Hawaii plays a lot of teams where they just don't seem to come back. This team keeps coming back and asking for more. Here's Teee. Blocked it out. Point to Hawaii. 9-7. Hawaii going to Teee on every opportunity. And they got to do it now while she's in the front row.
Time to dance with who brung you, and that's T. Williams.
Outside, Hansen off the block. Boyer with a pancake, kept alive by Fransson, and Trieschman knocks it over. Great defense. Outside set to Knutsen off the block. Kept alive, a great dive by Trieschman. And there's Teee. Now Poly with another free ball. Let's see what they do. Knutsen off the block, right behind the blocker. Side out to Cal Poly, but give Hawaii credit for hanging in there defensively.
I want to tell you, Kaaiai, unbelievable, setting the ball each time. It's been perfect, and Cal Poly's had a lot to work with.
9-7, Hawaii leading, or 7-9. Watch this pancake by Boyer. Tape hand and all, Bob. Great
Beautiful
defense. Here's Hansen back to serve. He'll try the jumper. Good play by Trieschman. Boyer to Robbins. Off the block, kept alive. Just swatted over the net by Cal Poly. Fransson off the block, kept alive by Perlstrom. Kaaiai goes outside to Knutsen. Boyer, Teee. Good set by Teee to Fransson. Kaaiai outside. Knutsen. Point for Cal Poly.
Right now, Cal Poly with more firepower at the net than Hawaii has. Tee's the only one that's able to really tee off on the volleyball. No one else is getting a good swipe at it.
Malin Fransson that time ducked. I don't know if she thought that Trieschman was going to get it or she just couldn't make the play. In the meantime, it's 8-9. Cal Poly trying to tie things up.
Don't think these girls aren't trying. You saw the look on Trieschman's face diving for that ball.
Another big serve, and there's Trieschman again. Here's Teee. Hansen can't make the dig. Hansen's upset with herself, but that would have been a superhuman effort if she could have gotten that one.
Here comes some more firepower. Jamie Long up the bench.
So Teee goes to the back. Jamie Long comes to the front. She will have to assume some of Tee's duties up front as Teee serves deep, and it's out. Oh, it was very close to being an ace serve. It lands just outside.
Very close. And you'll hear no argument from the Cal Poly side. They were right on the line.
Boyer to Fransson, but there's the defense. Malin Fransson is being solved every time, and it's 9-9.
Trieschman diving again, but it's Knutsen coming up with the big kill there for Cal Poly, and we're all tied at 9.
Cal Poly taking full advantage of Teee being in the back row. Malin Fransson cannot put the ball through the dig, or not consistently, and of course, therefore, she does it. Well, Malin Fransson really swings hard on that one. Other times she goes up, takes something off it, and she gets blocked. 14 kills. Cheri Robbins goes deep, and an ace serve. Well, they guessed wrong that time. 10-9, a big point. Hawaii, the first one in double figures. Teee Shoji smiling. Yeah, I guess he likes that.
Yeah, he would like about 5 more of those. Knutsen just kind of dove away from the volleyball.
Hansen up front. Oh, great play that time by Cal Poly. A fake by Perlstrom, and Knutsen comes up to put it down. What great offensive strategy.
Well, watch how this one, the set, the mismatch, gets the block up in the air. Just a great play. Great play by Cal Poly on the set by Kaaiai.
Knutsen's in the back now. See if Hawaii can take advantage. Jamie Long off the block. Doesn't go over. Side out to Hawaii. Kaaiai, a little upset she didn't make that play, but a good effort by Kimmy. Hawaii bench has been standing all match long. We see Toni Nishida. We see Maile Golden. The wraps on both of them. Keep in mind, only Michelle Hansen is a senior on this Cal Poly team. But what a senior she is. Boyer, and there's Jamie Long with a big dive, but she can't make the save.
You gotta like Jamie Long. She plays this game with a vengeance.
Look at the eyes. He is in this one to the bitter end. It is 9-10. Perlstrom back to serve. Line drive serve Teee. Boyer, Trieschman is Ruth kept alive. Jamie Long. Cal Poly, 3 players go for it. Here's Hansen off the block. Trieschman, Boyer, nice steady play. Long over the top. Kaaiai. Outside, Hansen has to just pop it over. Free ball. Boyer, step out move. It's worked all night. It works again.
Good sign that time. Just how bad Hawaii wants to win this match as they kept that ball in play. They gave Cal Poly everything they wanted. There's Trieschman on a nice back set, step out, hit it through the block and down. Hawaii on the side out. Big play.
Hawaii back to serve at 10-9. Trieschman and Teee are up front. They've been the best 2 tonight up front for Hawaii. A good chance for the Rainbow Wahines to distance themselves from a struggling Mustang team. There's the pancake, but no, Teee can't make the pancake.
Teee couldn't quite plan herself to come back through that volleyball. She saw the deflection, but couldn't respond enough, and it just dropped in front.
Knutsen's in the back, but Hansen's up front. Myers is up front. She's been good with the blocks tonight. Assistant coaches calling the play. Myers will go to the middle. Kim Kaaiai will go to the right. Boyer goes outside to Teee. Through the block, it lands out, it's tipped.
Oh, big call on the Cal Poly side. Doesn't like the call.
Zulamir calls the tip. Let's take a look. Hard to tell. Jamie Payette
may have been in the back row right there. I think that's where the touch came. Couldn't see it there.
Let's see who Zulamir said tipped it. 10-9 Hawaii. Jamie Payette always makes good things happen. Not that time as Bill Myers gets it back. She goes storming to the back to serve for Cal Poly. She plays with a lot of emotion. 23 kills. This young lady who's hitting about 191 coming into tonight. Throw out the stats. Cheri Robbins tried to just dump it over, but it doesn't work. In the back row, Myers, Fransson with the dig. Good play to keep it alive. Teee. Hansen, Kaaiai will probably go back. Miss it. You can count on one hand how many balls that young lady has missed tonight.
Exactly right. Kaaiai, unbelievable night setting the volleyball, and this time an inopportune time to double hit a volleyball.
Trieschman comes right back in for Jamie Payette. It is 10-9. We've gone back and forth at 10-9, 9-10. And here's Boyer, the best server for Hawaii. Down the line, and it's long. A lot of service errors for Hawaii. Unfortunate times. Well, it's never a fortunate time.
Exactly right. Unless you're the other team.
Michelle Hansen now. The jump serve from Michelle. Trieschman is there again. She's made that play a few times. Fransson off the block. Side out for Hawaii. A lot the subs checking in for Hawaii. Jamie Long comes back up front. Teee goes back to serve. Jill Myers goes out. Christy Dominic goes in the back row. So the Brain Trust doing their best.
Cal Poly leading in the service
errors category.
Well, Hawaii leading in the error category, 13-8.
If you're looking at it from a golf perspective, yeah, they are leading. You'd rather have less service errors. 10-9, Teee to serve. She pops it up, it'll be in. Michelle Hansen. Kaaiai, short set, roof. 11-9, Jamie Long, Mary Robbins. The roof put on Lael, Perlstrom, and Mike Wilton calls a timeout. Hawaii leads 11-9 in game 5. On and on we go. Cal Poly, this is the third time they met. They're going to the wire tonight. Off the block of Trieschman. Side out to the Mustangs. That's what they got to do after the timeout.
The battle of the timeouts. The last timeout, it was 6-4 in favor of Cal Poly. Hawaii took the timeout. This timeout, Cal Poly trailing 11-9. They take the timeout.
Boyer back set to Malin Fransson off the block. Cal Poly outside. Teee keeps it alive. Outside, Jamie Long. Off the block, off the second block. Knutsen, that time Hawaii's there. She tried her little dink. Fransson through the block, and she's roofed. Malin Fransson kicks the ball in obvious frustration.
Well, Malin's had a tough time getting through the block on this side. This time right into the block of the little freshman over there, Jennifer Jeffries Little. She's 5 feet 9 inches tall. Good job.
Ball put over. And it lands outside, called out by the referee. Linesman didn't see it. We're tied at 11. Hawaii's got to keep their composure here. We are tied at 11. If the Mustangs score, watch for Dave Shoji to call his second and final timeout. Into the net. Kaaiai serves into the net. Mary Robbins back to serve. T. William Sanders still in the back row. Robbins serves. Knutsen, Kaaiai. Knutsen comes up. Kept alive. There's Teee. To Boyer. Trieschman off the block point. 12-11, Bob.
Well, a good set to work with for Trieschman, and she put it away. She takes care of business when she's up on that front line.
Mary Robbins to serve. It's 12-11. Good line drive serve. Tough play. Kaaiai goes outside off the block. Kept alive. Outside. Here's Jamie Long. Off the block. There's Hansen, though. Easily puts it up. Kaaiai. Knutsen. Here's Teee. Fransson. Tough set. Fransson hits it too far. They call a double hit on her. Side out to Cal Poly. 11-12.
Big side out for Cal Poly right there. It looked like Hawaii had the offense, a little momentum, and couldn't quite put it away.
Knutsen still in the back, but she will come up. Big serve. There's Teee. There's Boyer. Back set to Malin Fransson. Kept alive. Good dig by Kaaiai. Myers roofed. Jimmy comes up. Kaaiai roofed again, and Hawaii gets it back. Fransson and Trieschman, and Fransson with a big smile.
Doesn't show a lot of emotion, but I'll tell you what, they went at that side 3 times in a row, and finally they got it through the block. Cal Poly just tenacious blocking up in front. Karrie Trieschman with 11 blocks tonight.
Superb effort by everybody on both sides. Yeah, there have been mistakes, but we're almost at 3 hours now. Playing for a lot of marbles here. Step out moving. Myers just pounds it. Played in the back rows. There's Trieschman off the block. Kept alive. Set over the other side. Jamie Long. Over the block, but kept alive. Kaaiai to Myers. Off the block roof. Kaaiai. Here's Myers again. Kept alive. Good dig by Mary Robbins. Trieschman. Yep. Ball lands in. Jamie Long with a knuckleball. Kind of like one of her serves. A dipper. The knuckle curve or whatever. Who cares? It's 13-11.
I want to tell you, some great close-in play. A lot of blocks, a lot of digs. Everybody scooping it up underneath. And then finally Jamie Long goes over the block, rolls it deep, and catches the back line.
And Jamie Long coming up big. It's 13-11 Hawaii.
It's the biggest game ever played.
Let's go, Bows, the champ from the Rainbow crowd. It's 13-11. Malin Fransson serves it in the middle. Ball comes over. Jamie Long puts it down! Uncharacteristic error that time by Cal Poly. It is 14-11. Hawaii needs 1 more point to head into tomorrow night's finals. Don't think these teams haven't played their guts and their heart out. Malin Fransson, the serve will go in. Michelle Hansen, Kaaiai outside. Myers is root. Kept alive. Good play by Cal Poly. Myers tipped. Fransson. Up front, Trieschman. Kept alive. Mary Robbins goes out to Jamie Long. She goes long. Hawaii was sure that ball was tipped up front. To no avail. Mike Wilton looks on and back to serve. Lael Perlstrom. 11-14.
Good pitchers right now. You can see just how much pressure there is as we get down to the nitty-gritty.
Every picture tells a story. Boyer keeps it alive, but she can't. Ball is knocked down by Jennifer Jeffries. It's 12-14.
Dave Shoji knows that Cal Poly has a long way to come back, but yet they're still only 2 away.
Mary Robbins up front. Step out Trieschman. It's worked all night. Why not?
You got to believe if you're on the Cal Poly side of the net, to make up these 2 points is almost a tremendous hill to climb. If you're on the Hawaii side, gee whiz, they're right here. They're knocking on the door. Both teams playing with a great deal of intensity.
And yet we know Cal Poly never say die. They came back in game 2 when they were down 14-12. Teee is up front. Watch Hawaii look to Teee to put the capper on this one. Laura Phillips into serve. Ball comes over. Trieschman. Net violation is called. It is over. It is over. Hawaii takes it 15-12.
I believe it was Kaaiai that got caught in the net trying to pull it out to make a set. Just barely brushed it, and it's a shame there has to be a loser here.
It really is. Hawaii winning the last 2 games 15-12. Unbelievable finish to the first game, and we're only done with our first match. Hawaii winning it in 5. The question you got to ask now, what could Hawaii have left for tomorrow night? A lot of people hugging, tears flowing on both sides. 2 great competitors. We'll be back at Spano Center after this. Back at Spano Center, the crowd cheering as Pacific comes on the floor. Coming up right now on KHNL, the Rainbow Countdown featuring all WAC rainbows and the scouting report on Air Force. Of course, our final score here in the first match, a marathon at that, almost 3 hours. Hawaii winning the first one, 15-9. Cal Poly coming back in games 2 and 3, 17-15, 15-9. And then Hawaii holding on, and I do mean holding on, 15-12 to 15-12. After the Rainbow Report, the Rainbow Countdown, we'll be back. Bob Kursako and I will be back with match number 2, Pacific and Long Beach State. We've only begun here on KHNL. More volleyball coming up. Stay tuned.